Merry meet Pisces, Pisces sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all you Pisces starting today, the 13th of April 2024. We are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on YouTube is the lovely Shirley and also the lovely I Am Her Eminence. And on Twitch is the lovely Dre. Thank you so much, moderators, and thank you to all you Pisces and friends of Pisces for joining us today. If you're watching this on a restream on YouTube and you don't want to watch me shuffle, then just go right to those timestamps to get to the reading. Today we are reading with this Keymaster Tarot, and I've already purified with this old Standby 4711 Eau de Cologne. You can find links to purchase those products right in the video description of this video, should you desire. If you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. If you're watching on Twitch, please make sure that you follow us on Twitch, and you can watch on Twitch without any ads when you subscribe to us there. This does go out to a lot of Pisces, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you, it may just not be meant for you. In that case, just disregard the reading and maybe check out the zodiacal readings for your other signs. Or we also have a general reading for all signs every day except for Monday. You can find all of the most recent restreams of the tarot readings right on our website, arielscorner.com. arielscorner.com. Just click on the free online tarot readings link right in the main menu. We do have a shop, and that's at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. We have a bunch of affiliate links there, which means we make a small commission off of each and every sale, and it's an easy way to give our channel some support if you'd like to do that. Stay tuned for information on a brand new shop that we're working on. We'll let you know as soon as we have more information on that. Another way to support the channel is with a donation. And you can donate by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga. paypal.me/arielgatoga. I suck at shuffling all of a sudden. If you're on YouTube and you want to give a donation right on the platform, at least it went on my lap. You can use a super sticker, super chat, or super thanks if you're on YouTube and you want to give a donation. We appreciate your support, and Pisces, we appreciate you for being here today. So let's stop shuffling now and get right to it. See what's in the cards for all you gorgeous Pisces today. 2 weeks. 2 weeks of a Pisces day. Let's see, we've got 9 of Swords, followed by the Star, followed by the Page of Cups. Good for you. This is really wonderful. So that Page of Cups, this whole 2 weeks is all about receiving good news. Very good news. And you're being encouraged to receive that good news in silence, Pisces. You don't have to ascribe to any spiritual path, any type of religion, anything like that. But it is being recommended that you do sit in silence and let that higher wisdom be downloaded into you. And that happens just by sitting quietly by yourself, just for a few minutes at a time, and allowing yourself to be in silence and to feel good, just to feel good for a few minutes, no matter what seems to be going on around you. And that in and of itself is enough to allow for your higher self to be in charge, so that you do receive all the good news that is there for you over these next 2 weeks. It's a lot of it too. And it's such a different kind of thing than what it looks like you've been going through. It looks like there's been a lot of worry, a lot of maybe, I want to say, perhaps some turbulent emotions and things like that. For some of you, at least some worries. And this next 2 weeks is really not supposed to be about worry. It's supposed to be the opposite. It's supposed to be a freedom from worry. And the Star card here is saying, don't especially concern yourself with the past, with what you've been worried about, with what seems to have happened, with what they did or what you did. It's saying that all of that, if you allow it to, can be undone, can be untied. You can be untethered to any of the consequences of what's been going on. And that's called divine grace. And again, you don't have to call it anything. I don't want you to think that there's some special spiritual path or religion that I'm talking about here, because I'm not. It's whatever that means to you is fine. But what I call this representation here, this star card, I call it the star goddess. For some people, it's called the Holy Spirit. For some people, it's called the goddess, or the Holy Mother, or the Shekinah. But whatever you want to call it, it's that love of a mother for its child that is unassailable, unstoppable. There's nothing you could ever do or say, or anybody else could ever do or say, to change this mother's opinion of you. And as a result of that, this all-powerful mother, by the way, has the ability to go in and free you and just kiss it and make it all better. Just make everything good again. And you don't need to do anything. But if you allow her to do that, it's going to be a lot easier for you to be open and receptive to all this good news that is yours. Because if you don't allow her to do that, or whatever your conception of her is, then it's up to you to move out of all of this worry and all of these swords. And you may not have it in you to do that. You just may not have it in you at this point to do that. So it's a good thing to depend on a higher power. Just like you have to depend on the sun to shine. You can't do all that for yourself. You have to depend on oxygen. You can't just say, well, I'm all, self-contained. You're not. None of us are. So it's the same on a spiritual level. In fact, it's even more so on a spiritual level. So even though I'm not saying that it needs to be called one thing or another, it just makes logical sense that we depend on higher powers to exist. And that's not a bad thing. It's not because we're less than, it's just how it works. We're dependent. And so allow yourself to be dependent on her, so that she can do for you a lot of these things that you won't be able to do for yourself. It's really hard for us to unhook from our past, to unhook from our regrets, to unhook from our resentments, all of that. But it's not hard for her. It's a piece of cake for her. So let her do it. I have a meditation you may enjoy that helps with this. It's called something or other. Let me find it. It's called something about the star goddess. It's called Receiving. There we go. Receiving the Divine Grace of the Star Goddess. And you can find all the tarot meditations by following the link in the video description of this video and every other tarot reading video of mine on YouTube. King of Swords. Yeah, there is a lot to unhook from. But your past doesn't have any power over you. None at all. And your future looks really amazing. Really does. That's why you want to unhook yourself from this past, from whatever has been. This can be recent past, this could be ancient past. It might be very different for all of you. But something in your past that seems to be holding you down and holding you back, whether you're aware of it or not, you'll definitely be aware of it once you're free of it, because it's going to feel so good. So calling on that star goddess to do that for you is a smart idea. It's a very practical idea. And then what you're going to want to do with this this 8 of clubs here is to allow things to come to an end and to be complete. Just to allow it. She's got this handled. But it's important that you don't try to go in and keep stuff alive just because you're afraid of completion, or because you're afraid of endings. Don't try to keep anything alive, because the only thing that can die is form. Nothing important to you is going to end. Nothing important is going to end, but phases of things that are important to you need to be completed. And sometimes we misconstrue and we think that the end of a cycle means the end of the thing. And it's not the end of the thing. It's not the end of something that's important to you. Nothing important to you is coming to an end, but the new cycles need to start. Those new cycles need to start. And so it's important that you detach yourself from trying to figure so much out about your past, especially, and trying to, put things into perspective and all of that. You can just let all of it go and call upon that star goddess power to do it for you. Just please help me is the word. Please help me and undo all of the consequences of any past mistakes, whether they be mine or another's. And it's just that simple. And you just keep your mind on her and not on your past. And then, like I said, if you can sit just a few times every day, and it doesn't have to be for long periods of time. I mean, it can be if you're that disciplined, but it doesn't need to be. Just in silence. Now, if you want something a little bit more formal, you can try my Magic Minute technique. And you can just search YouTube, Gotoga Magic Minute. And it's something that you can learn how to do in literally a minute and do it on your own. And it's a good meditational technique if you want to use that. But just sitting in silence. Most importantly, what you're going to find is that you're giving yourself the opportunity, by allowing yourself to be disconnected with your past and a lot of the things that seem to tether you to the past, that you're going to be giving yourself the opportunity to be a gardener for a brand new garden, for a much more beautiful garden, or maybe better than calling it a new garden, the new season of a garden, because the old season's coming to an end here. And what you're tending looks extremely prosperous, Pisces. So a lot of the things that you may be regretting or resenting in the past are the very types of things that you think that were maybe taken from you or whatever it is, are the very things that you're going to have a new crop of that is much better than what you thought you might have lost or whatever, or that you were worried about losing in the past. So it's really important for you that you don't stay in regret, and that you don't stay in resentment, and that you don't stay in the past, that you allow yourself, and again, don't think that you have everything that it takes to do that for yourself. Allow yourself to have that done for you so that you can be free to be this amazing gardener. And see, when you have this good news, this Page of Cups with the Queen of Coins, there's a lot of prosperity there. And prosperity with these two characters here does include finances, by the way. But it's so not limited to that. It's not limited to that. There's a lot of good news altogether. Prosperity in your family, if that's important. Prosperity in your self-expression. Prosperity in your business or your job. Prosperity in your health. Prosperity in your self-expression. Just your overall well-being. That's the garden that you're tending. And it's very fruitful. It's very plentiful. Right? But you don't want the weeds of the past to be anywhere near that garden. That's why you call upon the star goddess to handle it for you. So if it were my reading and I heard this, I would get right on it. I would get right on working with her and allowing myself to let her take care of the past for me so that I can let certain things end, cycles end that need to end, and get busy with what's in front of me to do. And that's exactly what you're being called on to do as well. Okay, wonderful reading, Pisces. I see a lot of prosperity that you're headed for, so I hope that you allow yourself to do that by disconnecting with the past and letting things end as they need to. Thank you so much to the amazing moderators. Today we had Shirley, I Am Her Eminence, and Dre. And I'll be back in 2 weeks for another 2-week reading for you, Pisces. Until then, blessed be.